Umentri rang ba kejela Shri Konrad ge sangma HAKA SNGI ban PYNKUT no IAKA JINGRAKHE IAKA JINGDAP Arsan System ka St. Anthony's Higher Secondary School ula ong bakani kamdei tang ka celebration lani ka JINGRAKHE IAKA JUBILEE hendrei ka dei ka jing pedin ya ka jingya lanti jong ka jing ka jing jinjar bar ka jing lana de jong fada I usai ula ong susu bakum bapitung ikini kini jingtung ki basai sok pada din wala laki bam da kisan kin rius nem hendrei da kaju ka lenti pihak banle ikbrio ban pinkistet hakanang kastat bada karoi kapar ula pensai susu badai tangka state government of Meghalaya kabayai support yaki private school but ki ad hoc school hapo ka north east area na bantabat penhe iki buildings ban extend iki classroom ban repair iki jindon kam petikna bat ai umentri rang ba kajela SHAKA St. Anthony's Higher Secondary School life san LAK tingka.
I thank God Almighty for having blessed us with this wonderful day. Today, as we celebrate the closing ceremony of 25 years of St. Anthony's Higher Secondary School and almost close to 70 plus years of the LP school, let us remind ourselves that this is not just a celebration. Today, we look back at a journey of faith, a journey of sacrifice, a journey of hardship and hard work, a journey of commitment. I can imagine in 1957, when Father E. Lucia was sent to PYNURSLA area, the hardship and the difficulties and the challenges he must have faced, not knowing what is there in front of him. But it was his faith that kept him going, that believed in him, that he is here for a purpose. The purpose to serve the people, purpose to serve God, purpose to spread the message of Christ. And today, after many, many years, here we are, seeing the benefits and the outcomes of what the founding members have laid many, many decades back. The solutions have contributed to our state and to our region and to our country like no other congregation. I can share with you that I am also kind of an imperfect product of First Mission. And I say imperfect because I was not directly molded by the solutions, but I am a product of the solutions. So I am a photocopy of a photocopy, as they call it. So I am not perfect in any way. But as one of the past people just mentioned, that the kind of character, the kind of principles, the kind of values that are brought in through the mission that the church has started, through the solutions, through our different fathers, sisters, brothers, who have sacrificed everything they had so that they can give back to all of you. The values of discipline, the values of hard work, the values of faith. These are values that pass on from generations to generations. And this is what molds our society. I always believe in this very, very important saying that talks about investing in people. And the solutions and the mission, the different Christian missions, the different denominations, the Catholic mission, there are other missions. This is the same belief with which they move forward. And the belief is that if you are looking at returns in eternity, forever, invest, or they say plant people. It's a Chinese proverb. If you want returns in 1 year, plant flowers. You will get flowers in 1 year. If you want your returns in 10 years, plant trees that bear fruits. You get plants, you get trees, and you get your return in 10 years. But if you want your returns for eternity and forever, plant people. Grow people. Because once you invest in people, when you plant people, when you grow people, your returns will be forever and ever and for generations to come. And this is really the foundation of what education is about. For us, as a government, we spend 15% of our budget on education. 3,654 crores, the highest on any department, is spent today on education. We have 55,000 teachers teaching in our state. We have 14,000 schools that are run by government and by private schools. About 7,800 plus are government and the rest are different private schools and SSA schools and other schools and semi-government schools. And out of this, close to 1,000 crores is spent from the government side to private institutes in terms of grants that we give in ad hoc and deficit. 1,000 crores every year is paid as grant in aid to private schools in the form of ad hoc and deficit grants. And we, as mentioned many times before, are the only state in the Northeast at least that supports private schools the way we do. All the other Northeast schools either have no private school being supported in grant in aid, no ad hoc, no deficit grant, or even if they have, it's less than 100 schools. But Meghalaya supports close to 4,000 plus, almost 5,000 schools, which are private, but we spend 1,000 crores of our budget paying salaries and giving grant in aid to these teachers. And we're proud of it. And we're happy to see that because of this investment, our education sector has grown, has evolved, and today is serving the people of our state. Yet, we face challenges. Yet, we had low pass percentage. Yet, we have high dropout rates. Yet, the quality of our education is not at the level that we would want it. Now, these are areas we desire to change. We're working towards them, but they're not something that we can do immediately or within a few years' time. These are inherent systematic problems we face, multiple layers of schools. Just to share an example of what problems we face, because of the multiple schools we have, that you will have one area which has got the LP school run by the state government, but the upper primary is run by the SSA, and then the secondary is run by ad hoc, and after that the higher secondary is run by deficit, and that too by different managing committees. Now these structures are there, and we would want to change this in one go and put all of them under one managing committee so that the transition for the students is easier. But obviously there are challenges in it. In a month, we should be able to come out with a very, very good structure so that once and for all, we are able to resolve the problem of ad hoc teachers and the SSA teachers, and we don't have any issue, and there's a structured and a systematic way in which we move forward. So this is something that we are very keen, and I'm very hopeful that the seeds that we will sow today, the foundations that we will lay today, to bring that change and transformation in the education sector will bear fruits in the years to come. As I said, it's a structural issue which requires time for transition. It cannot be simply changed just because we want to change them. A lot of complications and layers are there. But what we're doing today, as I said, I hope we'll be able to lay that structure. So I'm hopeful that all the investments we're making in education slowly are showing results. But we have many, many challenges ahead. And for that, as a society, as schools, as stakeholders, we all must all do our part to bring that change and to be that change that we would like to see in the education sector. I also would like to share with you, especially to our parents and especially to our teachers. I was listening to the words of the past pupil, person who spoke before me, mentioning about the teachers sometimes being strict. And I remember we went through the same thing. But I'm sure that the teachers must have done it for your good, for our good, for the discipline that they felt that we needed. It was a different world at that point in time, but those were the ways in which the discipline was brought in. But in today's world, I do want to share this with you and, in a way, complement what our past people have mentioned. And there is one message that I would like to give to the parents and the teachers especially. You play a very, very important role in a child's life. And I've always seen, especially in our society, tribal society, and to some extent in the Indian society also, that we do tend to sometimes undermine our own children in front of them or in front of others. And I think this is something that is there as a part of our culture in one way. We don't intend to undermine, it's just that we don't want to show too much and talk too big about our child. We try to be humble. But sometimes in the process of being humble, we sometimes end up undermining the child, saying that, no, my child is okay, he's not very smart. So we try to talk like that. My message to you is that once you, as a parent, and once you as a teacher, make that statement, then that is the limit to which the child will grow. He doesn't have any more image or any more desire to move beyond that because you already set him or her where he or she is, and you set that standard for him or her. But one word from you to motivate the child, saying that, you know what, you can be much more than what you think you are. You are a person who I think can become a very successful person in life. There's so much in you. These words not just inspire, and these are not words that will flatter the kid, but it will raise that or her to achieve that image that you have created of him or her with that one statement you made. I urge the teachers and parents, play that role of being an inspirer, play that role of being a motivator, play that role of setting a standard for your child which you would like to see in him or in her. I must complain, and I'll formally mention this to the Archbishop and to the Director General of these missions also, that this tradition has been broken. But I'm sure that Father Lucas will definitely make up for this. But I want to share my last story before I conclude. And this again, not to flatter, not to, give any kind of wrong messaging out here. I will be taken in a very light way. Is that I have always seen that the kind of return in investment that is done at the level of our missions, the church-based organizations, the different congregations, I don't think we'll see the return on investment in any other sector. By that I also mean in terms of schemes. I remember once I went to Hiliganj. This was a long time back, maybe 15, 20 years back. My late father was the member of parliament. I think they given 5 lakh rupees or something for this scheme. And we had gone to inaugurate the building. So when we went to inaugurate the building, there were 7 or 8 rooms in the ground floor, and there was a second floor, 7 and 8 rooms. And my father was shocked. He said, how did you make this in 5 lakhs? And father said, I remember father's name, Father Joy. Father Joy said, no, nothing. He's from Kerala. He said, nothing. I told the villagers, so they came and they gave the labor, they had the manpower. Then I told them to make the bricks and give the bricks also to me. Then the sand also you pick up and bring the sand. Then I asked somebody else to give this donation, that donation. And the rest of the money you give 5 lakhs, we built 2 floors and 7, that is 14 rooms, classrooms was built with 5 lakh rupees. The reason I'm telling you this story is, this is the commitment with which the church today works. This is a commitment with which the honesty, the sincerity, the transparency with which the church today works and contributes to society. The difference that it's making, every paisa, every rupee that is given, the returns are unimaginable. And hence I'm so happy to share and tell you 2 things. Number 1, that for my Chief Minister's Special Development Fund, I will be giving a sum of 35 lakhs for the building from the Chief Minister's Special Development Fund. Second, we realize that the need for higher secondary schools is more because of the pass percentage in the secondary schools. Hence, we are coming up with a program which is the final stage of drafting the guidelines, where private schools, that means non-government schools, private schools, which could be government aided, based on their performance, based on geographical, issues, the fact that they are very, interior locations, and other factors, the government intends to support, depending on funds of course, anything between 50 to 100 schools every year to extend their classrooms in higher secondary school. So we are almost at the final stage of drafting the guidelines. We should be able to announce the schools which will be getting this also very soon. And we are looking at a fund of anything between 50 lakhs to 1 crore, again, depending on the budget. But roughly that amount we intend to give to the schools so that they can expand the buildings and create more classrooms. Let me assure Father Lucas and the managing committee and the people of the area that this school will be included in that list also. So we will give funds from that scheme also because of the kind of work that you are doing, the difference that you're making in the society, and the selflessness, the sacrifice, and the commitment with which you have been working for the past decades to bring a difference into the lives of the young students and the people living in this area. So with these few words, I once again would like to wish all the past pupils, all the past headmistresses, headmasters, principals, all the past members of the managing committee, all the past teachers and the non-teaching staff, and everybody who has contributed today to make and to bring the school to where it is today. Most importantly, I would like to thank God for having sent His messenger here to bring the good word of Christ and also to bring in the education and the transformation into the lives of the people living in this area. May God bless St. Anthony's Higher Secondary School. May God bless each and every one of us present out here. And may God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. Bless you, Matela, and Jai Hind.